Peace and harmony to the collective. I'm sending love to the universe and to everyone who is watching this video. I want to share some words of wisdom with you. Free mind, free spirit. All for one and one for all. Affirmation in harmony. Scroll number 5. Think. Peace and harmony. 19 times 4 equals 76. Love. I am water because I need water to sustain my life. I am earth because I need the land to grow my food and the food to nourish my life. I am the sun because I need his mystical energy for all of this essence of life to be possible. I am the universe because I need her mystic energy of air to sustain my life. I am the moon because I need her mystical energy for a blissful night. Think, the family guide. That's right. It says, the Creator breathed into his own spirit or essence, and you became a living soul. Read the Bible or the Quran. Informations that facts still remains, that the present of deity Elohim God is in you and is you. You are indeed the omnipotent. Omnipotent means having unlimited or universal power, authority or force of all powerful, and to be in control as a title given to God, Allah, Yahweh, Adonai, etc. You are in the all, and the all is in you. The all does, you do, and the all can, so can you. Meaning, the embodied soul lives in the city of 9 gates, the supreme personality of Godhead, who is living within the body of all living entities all over the universe. The body consists of 9 gates, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, the mouth, the genital, and the anus. The living entity in his conditioned stage identifies himself with the body, but when he identifies himself with the spirit soul within himself, he becomes just as free as the spirit, even while living in the body. Now the reality is, we all exist in our dimension, both alive and unalive on earth. Now what is the reality? Which is to change the souls, the minds, and spirits of all human beings, to show a sign of faith, belief, fiction, and myth, and you replace it with reality. What is real? You exist. What is the first reality if you exist? Those from whom you came from also exist. And this link is your soul safe back to the source of all. Free mind, free spirit. All for one and one for all. Affirmation in harmony. Scroll number 6. Peace and harmony. 19 times 5 equals 95. Love. You are made up of 3 things: the soul, the spirit, the body. And the body houses the spirit, which is the skin of the soul. Overstand. Where is hell? Hell is a state of mind. It is what you make it. It exists within you. For each one will pardon his or her hell according to what he or she believes hell is. So hell is what you make it. It exists in you. For each one's soul will pardon his or her hell according to what he or she believes is man's description of hell. Hell is where heaven isn't. But you have been taught all your life by man's religion that hell is somewhere down there and heaven is up there. What does human beings means? The word beings means the state or fact of existing or living. One lives or exists or is assumed to do so of physical and mental qualities that makes a person. This is why they are called beings. A being is a physical description or attribute or things. You are a human being. What is aura? In man, there is a voltage and current between his crown, top of his head, seat, and root, prostrate seat. This flow gives rise to a magnetic field which surrounds you. This magnetic force field of positive and negative charges vibrates energy or forces. This magnetic force field contains the etheric particles of green light, which is waiting to be drawn into the body by the sea. Human being's aura contains his spirit, soul, and physical form. What is avatar? An avatar is extraordinary being. He or she is the miraculous embodiment of the divine in human form. Avatar comes in succession of one spirit, incarnates into a person at birth, and as the person matures, the spirit within him dominates his or her body unless the person suppresses it and does not allow it to manifest. Blood is called the life stream of human body and is composed of four main parts. 1. Plasma. 2. The liquid part of 1. Plasma, the liquid part of the blood. 2. Red blood cells. 3. White blood cells. 4. Platelets. The body is the result of an evolutionary process formed right conditions that creates bacteria from an amobite to a fish to what you are now, Homo sapiens. Physical bodies were created from a clot of blood. A germ cloned as genus Homo came from the sea onto the land. Originally, you were created from dust of the earth called black mud and evolved into Homo erectus, into Homo sapiens. Free mind, free spirit. All for one and one for all. Affirmation in harmony. Scroll number 7. Peace and harmony. 19 times 6 equals 114. Love. What is the heart center? The heart center is not the physical heart that has 4 chambers and pumps blood, but it is the spiritual heart that is the meeting point between man's spiritual desires and man's carnal desires. Man's spiritual faculties are 1. Inner hearing. 2. Inner seeing. 3. Inner heart. And man's physical faculties are physical ear, physical eye, physical heart. And the 7 chakras or seats of man's crown chakra and mental force field, pineal chakras are: 1. Mental, which governs of carnal desires, material, not spiritual. 2. Forces, the forces between voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Spiritual emotions are manifested. That's 3. 4. Mental, spirit and soul thoughts formed. 5. Divine truth, guardian angelic beings. 6. Divine reality, the spark of life. 7. Union with Heavenly Father, eternal bliss. And 4 lower: 1. Prostate gland. 2. Navel or umbilical. 3. Solar plexus. 4. The heart center. And there are 3 higher: thyroid gland, pineal gland, and your crown molar. What are chakras? Chakras are vortex of energy, also known as a seat center or cup. It revolves under the influences of a positive and negative current, acting upon it in the same way as the rotor of an electrical motor that revolves when positive and negative currents are applied to it. It resembles a wheel in motion. Description of the 7 chakras or seat of man. Root seats. Root seat superimposes the prostrate area of the male and uterus in the female. 2. Navel seat, sometimes called the splenic seat. It superimposes the navel and extends to embed some of its roots in the spleen. 3. Solar plexus superimposes the solar plexus area and the great lobe of the liver. 4. Heart seat superimposes thymus gland between the shoulder blades and the right unicle or pulse point of the heart. 5. Throat seat superimposes the thyroid gland in the throat and extends to embraces the medulla oblongate. 6. Brain seat superimposes the pituitary gland. 7. Crown seat superimposes the pineal gland, radiates outwards to cover the entire top of the head. Free mind, free spirit. All for one and one for all. Affirmation in harmony. 19 times 7 equals 133. Love. Scroll number 8. Peace and harmony. What is supreme being? Supreme being means supreme among beings, but you have strayed from Elohim, God within you, and fallen down to the ranks of men. You have lost the ability to use your third eye. You no longer have the power to control things, but you are controlled by them. Energy in motion equals emotions, and emotions becomes dangerous when they become motion. It is these emotions that make wars, greed, lust, anger, etc. When you give into your emotions, you give up a part of your divinity. That means when you are angered, hungry, scared, or depressed about anything, you are no longer in control of yourself. You have surrendered your divinity. A supreme being is not controlled by these things because a supreme being lives for the spirit and not for the body. Supreme being is in control of his or her physical desires. The physical desires are not in control of the supreme being. A person learns to become supreme through positive prayers, positive meditation, positive exercise, proper diet, cheerfulness, unselfishness, patience, and remembrance of the Most High Elohim God within you. This will enable you once again to gain the use of your third eye. What exactly is the physical body made up of? The body, being a fungus on the spirit, executed certain desires, causing it to form arms, legs, etc. So that it could maneuver. You are made up of three things: the soul, the spirit, and the body. The body houses the spirit, which is the skin of the soul. By ways of emotion caused through applications of the 7 major centers, you then place a protector around your soul. This protector you called a body. Matter, and through it metabolism, organs, you became a being. Start living for the spirit and not for the body, because the physical body is a composition of bacteria. When you die, you will turn back to dust. Free mind, free spirit. All for one and one for all. Affirmation in harmony. 19 times 8 equals 152. Love. Scroll number 9. Peace and harmony. What is will? Which means by which one deliberately chooses or decides upon a course of action. And instead of the exercising of this faculty, a deliberate decision or conclusion or choice. When you were created, you were given 360 degrees of knowledge. You were created spiritually on the 4th plane, the mental plane, which is above the spiritual plane. You have direct contact with the Elohim, God within you. You had 360 degrees of knowledge, 180 degrees of positive, and 180 degrees of negative. And you acquired will. The human being had the knowledge of the heavenly host. Seraphim, 180 degrees of positive, and of cherubim, 180 degrees of negative. 360 degrees was represented by the circle. A full circle is equal to 360 degrees, which represents the infinite. Infinite has no ending or beginning, no distinct point of direction. Will is a factor in something as simply common as deciding whether or not to move your hand. First, you have to think of it. I want to move my hand. Then you either do it or change your mind. So in your mind or spirit, when you are making a decision, you fight a battle of agreeable and disagreeable. A war rages inside you as you fight within your soul to make a choice. That 180 degrees of positive and 180 degrees of negative struggles within you as two warriors evenly match, grappling to overcome one another. Will that human beings has is divided into two nature. 180 degrees of positive of nature of agreeable Anunnaki, God within you, and 180 degrees of negative disagreeable. Humans have labeled parts as agreeable good or disagreeable evil. There are two classes of Elohim, God within you, seraphim and cherubim, and from them are many degrees. Seraphim, this class of Elohim, God within you, was created from the reflection of Al-Elo, Almighty God. They are of the pure green essence of light, called Nual. The seraphim possess 180 degrees of positive or agreeable. Cherubim, this class of Elohim, God within you, was created from lesser light, which is a reflection of the amber light called Nual or Null, or smokeless fire. They possess 180 degrees of negative or disagreeable. These are celestial beings. This is a class of celestial beings which aid the prophet of God Elohim in the battles that they fought along with their companions.